What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Los Angeles Angels franchise. Now, in this video, we are going to be going through some of our scouting for the first time in this series. And then, of course, we're going to be doing some simming and playing a game along the way. So the first thing that we had to do here is set up our positional needs. And honestly, this is one of, if not, the worst farm system in the major leagues. And so we pretty much are going to be looking for best player available at pretty much every position as long as they fit within our bonus allotment. But for what we're going to be focusing on, the first one I'm going to go with here is going to be starting pitching, because the pitching has always been bad as long as Mike Trout's been on this team. And then I decided to go with right field and third base. And honestly, we could have went with any of the outfield positions, pretty much any infield position for the most part. We do have some younger players like Zach Neto and Nolan Shanwell and Logan Ohape, but honestly, I don't know if any of those guys are going to be building blocks for the long-term future of our ball club. And so now we're going to preview this draft class we have, and we do have 2 picks in the second round. We have the 8th pick in the first round, and I believe our additional second round pick is for losing Shohei Ohtani, but someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think that's why we have a second round pick. So Leo Franco is the consensus #1 overall pick, and I'm going to be scrolling through all of the top 30 prospects in this draft class. And the first thing that you'll notice is that pretty much every top prospect, the first 10, are pitching prospects. Now, relief pitchers and closing pitchers don't always go that high, but, well, they never really go that high, but they are still rated in the top 10 of this class. This is a really pitch-heavy class, and the first positional player is Thomas McClellan at number 10, and he's pretty interesting. Good power bat, good contact all around. Definitely a guy that I think we're going to be exploring a little bit more here with our scouting. Moving ahead with some of these other prospects, the first round is very pitch heavy. Elias Cloud looks really interesting. He's just your classic, really good fielder, really fast, good contact hitter. And this team needs speed. We don't have any speed on our team currently. We don't really have anyone in our farm system who's fast. So we need speed, and Michael Gillett, who is a shortstop, hopefully he has secondary positions, but he's another guy who is high contact, high speed, high stealing, that I just really want to add to this team, because we have pretty much no speed at all, and so we're going to be focusing on that in our scouting. And so this is what I decided to go with. McClellan is a guy that I found really interesting, and so I definitely wanted to target him, and so he is going to be that right field central. We're not going to target just him. We'll learn more about all the right fielders, and then starting pitching international, because a lot of the pitching prospects in this class that are in that top 10, top 15 range are international pitchers. And then last, we're going to do some discovery, because we want to discover some prospects as well. So now we'll get into a little bit of the simming here, and we sim this Tampa series. We actually take 2 out of 3, but then we go on quite a bit of a losing streak. We take 2 of 3 against Boston, but we lose that last game, and we are on a 5-game losing streak as we head into this series with the Cincinnati Reds. And our offense has been really cold. We've been like 2 runs, 3 runs, 1 run. So we need this offense to get going. The pitching honestly hasn't been that bad. It's really been our hitting. We just are not hitting the ball outside of really Mike Trout and Mickey Moniak. Zach Neto has been a big reason why our offense has struggled. He's batting just 186, and he's a guy that honestly I'm considering potentially moving down if he doesn't get better. He has options. He was called up really early because the Angels did that to all of their prospects. And so we don't really have anybody else that we could call up, but I don't want his progression to suffer because he's not playing well in the majors. Anthony Rendon is batting just 161, and we're going to continue to have discussions on what his future may be with this team. So we're going to be playing this opening series game against the Reds, and I decided to give Zach Neto the day off. I just think he may need a little bit of a break. So we have Luis Rengifo playing short today, and Aaron Hicks in the DH spot as we try to snap this 5-game losing streak at the Great American Ballpark against the Cincinnati Reds, who are one of the younger teams in baseball, they have a pretty bright future, as we will see Frankie Montas on the mound here. He has really struggled this season. A 9 ERA in 3 starts with a 2.14 whip. So he has really struggled with getting guys out, as Mickey Moniak will lead things off for us, and we are underway from the Great American Ballpark here on the road against the Reds, as Moniak will pop up that 1-1 pitch for the first out of the game. So Moniak's a guy who's actually been playing pretty well for us so far this season, but just a lot of guys have really struggled overall. I mean, the bottom of our lineup has been pretty much guaranteed outs at this point. And we need guys other than Mike Trout to step up on offense, because our pitching has not been the problem this year. One of those guys, Brandon Drury, would be nice, as he looks at what is called ball 4, but certainly looked like a strike, but we'll take it. We have 1 on, 1 out for Mike Trout, as Trout will swing through the nice splitter there. Really nice pitch by Frankie Montas as the 1-2, and he paints the corner, strike 3. Questionable call there by the ump. He was a little off here early on, as we have Aaron Hicks in the 4-hole. He watches that fastball inside, and now we have the 3-2 count. Runner at first will be going here, as Hicks will hit that one down to center field. It will fall for a base hit. Runner will round second, go to third, and we have runners on the corners with 2 outs, and it would be huge for this Angels team to just be able to get runs on the board here early against a struggling Frankie Montas, as the 2-2 pitch to Taylor Ward, and he swings through the high inside splitter for strike 3. Not a pitch that you see often, a high inside splitter. Ward is one of those guys who has just struggled this season, and hopefully he can turn it around, as we have Zach Plesac on the mound for us. He's making his 4th start of the season. He's been really solid. A below 1 whip, 3.43 ERA, really good strikeout to walk rate percentage, and excited to use him on the mound here in this episode. I believe this is the first time we're seeing Zach Plesac in this series, as he's going against TJ Friedl. You'll notice here that I did decide to switch to that classic pitching that I talked about in the last episode. We will use that moving forward, as I believe that contributes more to the ratings of the players. As busy start to the game for the right side of the infield, as Shonwell and Drury field the first 2, and it's 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Matt McLean now 1-0 to him, and that will be hit hard, but played easily by Drury. And 1-2-3 inning for Zach Plesac. As we go now to the top of the second, Luis Rengifo, like I said, getting the start today at short, as he pops it up to Elly De La Cruz. I like Rengifo because he can play a number of different positions, and he's a switch hitter. Really good utility player to have. As Nolan Shonwell now with 2 outs here in the second. He'll watch a nice splitter in there. Montas really had his splitter going early in this game, as the 2-2 count, and Shonwell will rip that one, but well foul. Shonwell's been one of those young players who's actually been pretty solid this year. It's been kind of the opposite of Neto, who struggled as he hits that one just to center field for the out, but Shonwell honestly has shown that he may be able to hang around here in the big leagues a little bit. So excited to see what he does for us with a full season of work, as that one will be hit up the middle by Candelario for a base hit, the first hit of the game for the Reds, and it is a leadoff single for Candelario. This Reds team is really good and really young. They have a lot of good young players. Obviously, Elly De La Cruz, as Candelario will easily steal second. Logan Ohape was just not ready for that throw, honestly. When you have kind of these young guys behind the mound, sometimes they just make mistakes, and he just didn't really get up and throw that ball nearly in time. It is one of the easiest steals that Candelario will get, as the 2-2 to Jonathan India is hit very well, but will be played in right field by Moniak. The runner will tag up to third, so there is just 1 out, and India moves that runner over to third for Jake Fraley. As Fraley fouls that pitch off, it will be 1-2. Now he's batting just 154 on the year, and a great circle change there by Zach Plesac. His first strikeout of the game. And that will bring up Elly De La Cruz, who will go after the first pitch, and it will be fielded by Mike Trout. And Plesac will get out of that one unscathed. Still a 0-0 game. Was surprised Elly De La Cruz was batting so low in the Reds lineup, but he still has his struggles at the plate. Strikes out a little bit too much as Mickey Moniak will send that one deep, and it is gone. We talked about how good Mickey Moniak has been for this Angels team early here in the season as the leadoff hitter, and he sends that one well out. 110 miles an hour off the bat. And the Angels take a 1-0 lead. You certainly would love for that to not be a solo shot, as we've just struggled to score runs, but we will certainly take it, as that one was just destroyed. 417 feet, no doubt about her. And the Angels take a 1-0 lead, as now there will be 2 outs for Mike Trout, who's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. And Trout will hit that one hard, but that will be right to center field and playable for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Angels are able to score a run thanks to Mickey Moniak. What a start to the season he's had, as we take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And it will be Christian Encarnacion leading things off. Another one of those great young players for the Reds, as he hits that one up the middle for a base hit. It's another leadoff runner for this Reds team. The bottom of the lineup has been very solid here in the early going, as now Tyler Stevenson, another one of those great young Reds players, but that one will be hit right to Drury for an easy 4-6-3 double play. And there will be 2 outs in the inning, as that inside pitch just jammed him up a little bit. Good play by Drury. Rengifo, who doesn't get much burn at short, makes it look easy for the 2nd out, as that will bring up the top of the lineup. And TJ Friedl, he'll go after the first pitch, and that one will be popped up high to Nolan Schanuel, who will get under it and make the play. So a pretty good start to this game for Zach Plesac. 3 innings pitched, no runs, as now we'll see if we can add to our lead here, as Aaron Hicks will just ground that one to second, but it is a tough play, and it will not be made. And Aaron Hicks will get a lead-off single. They will call that a single. Not an error. It should be a single, and it is for Hicks, as Taylor Ward, who again has struggled this year, 1-2 pitch to Ward, will be hit off the pitcher right to the 3rd baseman. He will make the throw for the out. Just the unlucky start to the season for Taylor Ward. A 1-5-3 putout. And now we have to check on Frankie Montas and make sure that he's going to be okay, as that went off. It looked like the plant leg. Montas will wave off the pitching staff, and he will be good to go. So Frankie Montas will remain in this game, as 2 outs to Logan O'Hoppe. He'll watch that fastball high and outside. 2-1 now to O'Hoppe. He'll chop that one to short, and what a diving play by Elly De La Cruz, and he will make the throw for the out. It helps when you have a freak up the middle of your infield, and Elly De La Cruz is exactly that. Look at the length. He has it short to be able to make that play, and that could potentially have saved the run. It could be a 2-0 game right now. Instead, it stays at 1-0, as Matt McLean will pop that one out for the 2nd out of this 4th inning, and Zach Plesac continues to have an excellent start to this game. We're holding on to this 1-0 lead right now, as Candelario swings through the circle change. Now the 1-2 pitch to Candelario. Nice take right there. Really good curveball by Plesac. He had it going in this game, as he just watches the circle change. It locked him up, and he is out of there. Zach Plesac, 4 scoreless innings against this Reds lineup. Pretty impressive day at the office so far. As we go to the top of the 5th, and Anthony Rendon, 1-1 pitch, the outside slider. Rendon in the 9 spot for us. That's how much he has struggled, as that one is down the 3rd baseline, and Anthony Rendon has got a base hit. It is a miracle when Anthony Rendon gets on, and honestly, any base runners for guys like Mickey Moniak, Drury, Trout, we will take. That ball was not hit hard, but it was hit just enough past the 3rd baseman, who looked like they might have been shifted over a little bit potentially. And we'll certainly take that. 1-2 now to Moniak. He hits that one really hard to center field, but unfortunately it's hit the center and right to the center fielder for the 2nd out. As now that will bring up Brandon Drury, and our last chance here to bring this runner aboard. We have struggled a bit in this series so far with runners in scoring position. And although the runner is on first, just with runners on base in general, That's really why our offense has struggled, as Drury will hit that one up the middle for a base hit. Runner will stay at second. Rendon certainly not known for his speed or running hard, as Drury just hit that one back up the middle. And now we have a runner in scoring position for Mike Trout, who's 0 for 2 today. But you would want nobody else up at the plate other than Mike Trout, as he watches the fastball go in there for a strike. 1-2 now to Mike Trout as he hits that one hard, but right to the center fielder for out number 3. So the offense continues to get runners on. We can move them over, but we just can't bring them across the plate. As the 1-0 to Jonathan India, that one is hit deep, and it is gone. Absolutely no doubt about her. India, with one swing of the bat, ties the game up, and that is what sucks about just hitting those solo shots, is that they can just one swing of the bat tie the game, and India does just that for the Reds. Not really an awful pitch by Plesac. India just kind of got a hold of it a little bit. Really nice swing here by India, and there was no doubt about that one. He hit that one basically the same way that Moniak did, just on the other side of the field. 404, 106 off the bat, and India is able to tie this game up at 1 apiece. But if you're Plesac, I mean, you'll certainly take solo shots over a home run that will bring across multiple runs, as now Jake Fraley will hit that one hard. That one will go to Moniak in right field, and it will go off the wall. Runner will round first. He will go to second, and so it is a home run and then a double by Jake Fraley. And Plesac, who's pitched excellent in this game, now has to work himself out of a jam, as Anthony Rendon will field that one for the first out. And Plesac's just got to work out of this. Got to keep it a 1-1 game. The offense has not really helped him here, as Christian Encarnacion will hit that one down the third base line. It will be fair. Runner will round third, and he will score. It's an RBI double for Christian Encarnacion. His second double of the year. It just went right over the third baseman's head, right down the third base line. Well, not right over his head at all, actually, but down the third base line into left field. And the Reds take a 2-1 lead. Plesac now 2-2 to Tyler Stevenson, who has struggled a bit in this one. Throws that over to first for the second out. Stevenson, though, a really young, exciting player for the Reds. Nice catcher for them, as TJ Friedel now will go after the first pitch. Nice play on the glove by Nolan Shanwell. Flip it over to Plesac for the out. And so Plesac gives up 2 in the 5th, but he's given up 2 runs through 5. Still not a bad start at all for Zach Plesac. Angels just have to score more runs at the end of the day, as 1-0 to Hicks. He'll ground that one over to first for the easy out. And like I said, the Angels just have to score more. This has been our season so far, and it's not really what I expected. I thought we would score some runs, but not really be able to pitch. And it's been kind of the opposite so far, as the 2-2 to Luis Rengifo. That one's up the middle, hit hard, but right to Ellie De La Cruz, and that will put us through the top of the 6th. Still 1 run for the Angels. Plesac will remain in the game here, going against the 3-4-5 of this Reds lineup, as the 2-2 is an outside curveball. Now 3-2 to McLean. He'll hit that one to center field. Trout trying to come in and make the play, but he can't get there in time. And it is a 1-out single for Matt McLean, as Jamir Condelario hit that one hard, but that one Trout will be able to play for the out. And that'll be the second out of the inning. So Plesac just trying to get through 6. If he can, it'll be a quality start for him, as we are starting to warm up the bullpen here. Jose Suarez getting warmed up. Andrew Wantz as well. But we're going to let Plesac try to finish out this 6th inning against Jonathan India. He goes after the 0-1 pitch. Rengifo to second. And that is a quality start for Zach Plesac. 2 runs through 6 innings. You really can't ask for any more than that. I mean, they have 6 hits. They've hit a couple balls hard. We have 5, just haven't really been able to bring those runners across. As we'll try and do that here. Logan Ohape hits that one hard, but it will be right to the center fielder. And that's kind of been the story of the game. That one had 101 mile-per-hour exit velocity. So hit very hard by Ohape, but just right to people. As Anthony Rendon will go after that first pitch, and that will be an easy fly ball for out number 3. And we are now through 7 innings here, well, for us at least, batting, and we only have 1 run. As that will do it for Zach Plesac. And in comes Jose Suarez 5 games, 7.45 ERA. He has not pitched very well this year, but we're facing a lot of lefties, so we'll bring him in as that one's hit hard by Jake Fraley, but right to Luis Rengifo for out number 1. Again, pitching has really not been a problem this year. It has been the bats, as that one will be chopped. We're going to be a really tough play for Rengifo with the speed of Elly De La Cruz, but Rengifo able to get him. That was honestly a really impressive play by Luis Rengifo to be able to field that chopper and throw it with enough velocity to get Elly De La Cruz out with his electric speed, as the 3-1 pitch to Christian Encarnacion will be hit to right field. Moniak running to get under it for out number 3, and so Suarez able to get that 1-2-3 inning to take us to the 8th, as Sam Mull will come in for the Reds. He has played 11 games already this season. He's pitched in a ton of games for them, and he's given them some good work overall, as he will have to deal first with Mickey Moniak, who is responsible right now for our only run of the game, that solo home run. And we'll see what he can do here. The lefty-lefty matchup. 2-2 will be hit to short, and Elly De La Cruz. You've got to be kidding me. 2 web gem plays at shortstop for the alien Elly De La Cruz. He certainly has a little bit of ways to go as a prospect and as a player, but he just is a highlight reel. Whether it's an inside the park home run or diving plays at short, he is just one of the most exciting players in baseball, and he's made 2 excellent plays in the field today, as that one will be chopped by Drury for out number 2. And Elly De La Cruz may have robbed us of a run as well. He's just been really, really good, as 2 outs now in the top of the 8th for Mike Trout, who has an 0-for-3 day, goes after that first pitch, fielded nicely by Elly De La Cruz, as he continues to show off the leather in this game. He may have a gold glove waiting to happen for him this year, or at least in the foreseeable future, as we now bring in Andrew Wantz here to pitch the bottom of the 8th, as Moniak going against the wall makes the catch for the first out. Andrew Wantz has been really solid for us this year. He has like a below 1 ERA. Been really impressive this year, as that one will be hit hard. Him showing off the leather. Really nice play by Wantz there to ground that one for 2 outs. And if we can get this out here to the 2-hitter Will Benson, we can at least get an opportunity in the top of the 9th to try and make this a game and maybe just score more than 1 run, as the 2-2 pitch will be hit hard by Benson. Ward trying to get under it, and does. Nice play out there in left field by Taylor Ward. And we'll go to the top of the 9th. Aaron Hicks, Taylor Ward, and Luis Rengifo will be up to bat. A 2-for-9 between the 3 of them, as Alexis Diaz will come on and try and get the save for the Reds, as you see the slam the door intro for Alexis Diaz. I love seeing these intros. We need to get a really cool reliever so we can have an intro for us at home. But Alexis Diaz so far has had 5 save opportunities. He has slammed the door on all 5 of them. His ERA isn't great, but he has been able to slam the door on the saves when the Reds have needed it. And Aaron Hicks, who's 2-for-3 today, will be his first batter, as that one will be chopped to first base. Easy play for out number 1. As we're down to the 5-6 hitters, and Taylor Ward, 2-1 pitch to him. Nice slider there. 3-2 pitch now to Taylor Ward, and that will be ball 4. So Ward will get on and will at least make this game interesting, as 1 on, 1 out for Luis Rengifo here in the top of the 9th, as he will foul that one back. 94 miles an hour. He just has really good stuff. That fastball combined with that slider, as the 2-2 pitch, speaking of that slider, will get Rengifo swinging. And that will bring up Logan Ohape, who's 0-for-3 today. And the last hope for the Angels, the 0-0 pitch, as he has swung through that one. 0-2 now to Logan Ohape here, and that one will be popped up to right center field. It will be playable, and that will do it. The Reds pick up the first game of the series. We drop to 6 losses in a row. The offense continues to just struggle, and that has been really the big takeaway early on in the season, and the surprise takeaway. I think all of you in the comment section would agree with that. We are just not scoring runs. We have been bad with runners in scoring position. We are not hitting the ball well. We're not hitting for much power. we're just really struggling. 6 losses in a row, and we've scored 2 runs, 0 runs, 3 runs, 1 run, 2 runs, and 1 run in those 6 losses. So something's got to give, something's got to change, but right now it is just not working. So we will continue to try and make some changes to this lineup and try and get some more runs across the board. But that will do it for this video. For the scouting, I am going to check in the scouting probably every maybe 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks or so, until we get really close to the draft. And then once we get closer to the draft, I'll probably do weekly check-ins with the scouting. But if you guys have any scouting tips, definitely let me know in the comment section below. So hopefully we can get some really great prospects, because we certainly need them. This farm system is abysmal. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate the support as always. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. The next video that I have coming out will be a prospect spotlight video, so be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a little bit different, but I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video.